Good day, everyone. Today we are going to learn how to compare and contrast contents of materials viewed from sources of information such as print, online, and broadcast material. I'm your teacher Maricel. So let's start with our lesson. Okay, so before we start, let us have first a game. Alright, so this time you will just say true or false whenever you um, read the sentence. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 seconds to think. So let's start. Number one, a good source of information is accurate. Time's up. The answer is true. Wow. Very good. Now let's go to the next one. It is not important whether the information given is complete or not. What's your answer? Oh, wow. Great. It is false. Now let's go to the next one. Select only the credible source. What is your answer? Great! Yes, it is true. Very good. Next one. Focus to the date as to when the information is published. Time's up. What is your answer? Wow, yes, it is correct. Your answer must be true. Good job for that, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's go to the last one. A good information is not reliable. Oh, is this sentence true or false? So what is your answer? No. Oh, it's not false, but it is great. Okay, so I think this one is not correct. Okay, take note, class, that a good information is not reliable. Okay, so this is false. Okay, so this one is not correct. The answer must be false. Okay, all right, so now let's go to the next picture. Okay, look at this. Look at the two pictures. Tell something about them. So what can you say? All right, so that is great. You know what? Before, we are studying using the face-to-face method, but right now, we are only having an online learning because of the pandemic. So before, the children interact with each other together with their teacher physically, but right now their teacher can be seen, or they can interact with their teachers and their classmates only online and not physically. Okay, so but the same thing is they are both learning. Okay, so that's great. Your answers are all correct. Okay, so now at this point, we are going to learn more about comparing and contrasting, about the content of the sources of materials viewed. And this is a very important skill to learn. But the question is, how are we going to do it? Okay, so take note, class, that to compare and contrast the sources of information viewed, number one, you have to read or watch them carefully. So, of course, you cannot detect or you cannot compare or contrast the two information if you will not read them or watch them carefully and then understand them. All right? Number two, look for some flaws, for example, spelling, or grammar in each source of information. So you have to read vividly all the informations given there. So you have to take down notes of the spelling, the wrong grammar, and of course, you can also focus to the abbreviations. Okay? Next, number 3. Tell whether the content is complete. This is true as to announcements. Take note that in an announcement, it must answer the 5 or the WH questions such as the what, where, when, why, and how. All right. So you can say that the information given is complete if they answer the WH question completely, and you can say that it is not complete if one of the questions is not being answered. All right. Number 4, you have to compare the story or technique used. Okay. For example, in an advertisement, you're comparing two advertisements. So you are going to compare what propaganda technique is used in the first one, and then you have to tell also what propaganda technique is used in the second one. Or you can also compare the story shown in the first advertisement and you compare it with the information or the story shown in the second advertisement. Next, lastly, number 5, you are going to analyze the data whether it is updated or accurate. Of course, as what I had told you last time, you are going to focus or you're going to rely only to some credible sources. Okay, so for example, if you're looking for the cases about or cases of the COVID-19 pandemic, so you're going to focus or you're going to uh, um, look for the information which is coming from a reliable source such as DOH or the WHO, okay? And if, for example, if you want to know the number of population in the Philippines, you're going to go to some reliable sources such as the National Statistics Office, and you're going to tell whether it is updated or not. For example, you're comparing two information. The other one, the date it was published last 2020, but the other one is 2021. So which are you going to prefer? Of course, the updated one, the 2021. Okay. So now let us compare and contrast the TV and printed advertisements of two shampoos we are familiar with. So using this Venn diagram, this is what we call the Venn diagram. Note down their similarities and differences. Take note, class, that here at the center, you are going to write all the similarities. And here, at both sides, you are going to write their differences. Okay, so let's start viewing them. All right, so this is the shampoo number 1. Okay, so we have here Sarah Geronimo and then Bangong Nakakagigil. Enjoy the fruity floral fragrance for your hair. Alright, so take a look at this. This is co-created by Yoko Yamashita. Alright, so we have shampoo number 2. We're going to watch this because this is a broadcast material. Okay? Alright, let's start. Alright, so there you have it, guys. That is the advertisement of the Palmolive shampoo. Okay, so now what we're going to do is that we are going to compare and contrast the two advertisements. Okay, so of course we are going to focus first to the similarities. So they are advertisement about shampoo. That is correct. Next one, both are convincing the public to use the shampoo. That's correct also. Next one, they use testimonial technique because both used popular artists, or I mean actresses, to endorse the shampoo. All right. For shampoo number one, this referred to the Sunsilk. It is a printed material, while the other one, it is a broadcast material. Right. The shampoo number one, only one person is used as a model of the product, and the next one, three models were used, okay? The shampoo number one, it uses the floral scent of the product. So the focus there is the scent. While in the shampoo number two, it shows how bouncy the hair is in using the product. So this focus to the effect, okay? So now, there you have it, guys. You have great answers. Good job for that. So now tell me, what have you learned today? That's great. Of course, you have learned how to compare and contrast the information viewed in any sources of information. How do we compare and contrast the content of the information viewed? So, of course, yes, that is correct. You have to read, you have to focus to the flaws, you have to understand them, you have to compare the stories, the data given, and of course, you have to tell whether it is updated or not, or the information given is complete. Okay, wow, that's so great. Now, how will you avoid committing error in one's work? Of course, you have to compare and contrast the content of the materials viewed before you are going to decide whether you're going to use this information or not. All right. So now let's show how you have learned. Okay, so here, class, this is your learning task one. All you have to do is to read and analyze the two sources of information, compare and contrast them using the Venn diagram. So this one, the letter A, this is a printed material. Okay, so the data here are, we are in need of online English teachers. Qualification must be a bachelor's degree, preferably in education, communication, psychology, and linguistics. Excellent verbal and written English communication skills. Experience in teaching English to foreigners, adults, and young learners is an advantage, preferably with teaching certifications such as LET, TESOL, CELTA, or TKT. Excellent social skills, professionalism, and patience, preferably single. So you're going to send to your CV to www.kkcrowdsourcing.com/career/. All right, so that's it. Now let's go to the source B. So you're going to watch this because this is a broadcast material. All right, so you're going to compare and contrast these guys using this Venn diagram. So we have here announcement A and then announcement B. So you have to write your answers, okay? Write your answers in your notebook and don't forget to turn it in our Google Classroom. All right. Okay, so now you will have your another on offline activity. So you're going to write a reflection or journal or portfolio. Okay, you can write this in your notebook using this prompt. I understand that. I realize that. So there you have it, guys. Thank you very much. Always remember what Aristotle said. The root of education is bitter, but its fruit is success. Fruit is sweet. I'm your teacher Maricel Didrio. I'm now signing off. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this channel. See you next time, guys. Bye.